myself.
I feel good about myself.
I feel good about the people around me.
I feel good about the people around me.
I feel goodness all around me.
I feel goodness all around me.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
Cause I walk with good.
Cause I walk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I am good.
And I am good.
And that feels real good.
And that feels real good.
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best.
Never let it rest.
Never let it rest.
Until your good is your better.
Till your good is your better.
And your better is your best.
And your better is your best.
Black people.
Black people.
You were once great.
You were once great.
You shall be great again.
You shall be great again.
Lose not faith.
Lose not faith.
Lose not courage.
Lose not courage.
Go forward.
Go forward.
Uplift the race.
Uplift the race.
Harambe.
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 Spirituality supports reality. 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 Spirituality supports reality.
This is an African set, more respect. I saw the light and now I got to reflect straight back. Here's a little message while you live, and what I got to give is somewhat positive. Spade, the brother's gonna serve rhythmatically. Pass up on to you what was taught to me. That was Afrocentricity about being spiritual. So here we go to proceed quite lyrical. Praise the one for which I pledge my stand. Peace to the creator, word to the motherland. I got to give it up, cause I'm down with Casa. Jumped in the circle, I was told we have to stand together as one in unity. Amongst ourselves, amongst our community. Strong, repelling the interference of genocide. Luther King died to keep the dream alive. Mandela, the fella served 25, still revived. Speaking, teaching others to survive. And look towards the Nubian place. Your mind is a waste if you don't know your race or heritage. History of the Afro-American. Who's truly African? There's no comparison. We're all the same underneath the skin, whether dark or light. You might be my kid, so I relate to my brothers and my sisters. See, to the east, to the east, to the east of me. We traveled over here by slave ship. I dropped a bomb on the Uncle Tom, who ain't hip. Straight to the situation of the Asiatic nation. I slapped him in the face with righteous information, stating this, educating only back to reality. That's well supplemented by spirituality.
Spirituality supports reality. Spirituality supports reality. Spirituality.
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children, and why you call yourselves the children of the sun?
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness. and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times, I must demonstrate excellence because I am a
women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray. time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your or should water. I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that healthy air. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Take your breath. Take your breath. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Lift it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Come on. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 What? Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Oh, man, family, we running late. Running late, so I got the lines open. For those that might want to join, we'll do the toast. We're going to run through. But what I want to talk with y'all about today, the war. So I got done with my show last night. I was like, wow, I didn't think about the proverb or the folk telling the way. I didn't think it was going to bring what it brought out of me. So I walked to my car. Speaking of that, let me take care of myself. I didn't take my
chlorophyll. I'm supposed to be doing this for 30 days. And it's magnesium. I'm sore. I'm tired. So maybe I ain't need that shit. One of my friends suggested, hey, bro, you need to get your hair. Get a deep blood test and get a hair analysis so that they could tell you exactly what you need in your body. Whatever. All right, let's go experiment with that. So I go out to my car after the show, and I'm thinking, and I don't know how the wall came up, and I'm not talking about Trump's wall. I'm not talking about the Trump wall. I am talking about the importance of a wall, because I'm often talking about space and time. And what a wall provides people with is space and time. We build up personal walls around us to carve out our space. We got what's called your personal space. And as you grow as a family, or you start a family, right, your personal space and personal time extends, at least theoretically. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got more encounters, you got more things that might take up your time, but that time is building towards something, right, that will, in a sense, exponentially expand. If you do it right, exponentially expand your space and time, right? And then tribes are groups of families that come together, and around that tribe, right, space and time is created, or a wall is erected. Now, what does a wall do? What does a wall do? A wall keeps outsiders out and give those inside the wall a sense of protection and stability. And if you always listen to me when I'm on here talking, I'll give you the definition of a nation or a tribe, or even, with the stable, historically developed community, people with territory, economic life, distinctive culture, and language in common, right? So when you look at that definition, stability is part of that. And what a wall does, it provides stability. Now, the wall is to keep those that's inside of the wall. It helps keep their space and time secure from outside influences, right? From outside possible conquerors or outside people that want to take up their space and time. Now, but for every wall, there is an entrance, a place where you can enter and a place that you can exit, and you have to have permission to enter the wall. What that got to do with anything, Brother Hatim? You know what I'm saying? Tribes come together. They form a community. The community erects walls, or is supposed to. Those communities come together. They form a city. Cities erect walls to protect. So as you start growing and you start moving just from you, and you start expanding, your space and time is supposed to increase, right? Those cities come together and they form a wall that's called the state. The states come together and form a wall that's called nations, right? You know what I'm saying? So that you can regulate your space and time, because space and time is, when it comes down to a family, I may be able to dare say that space and time is what really matters. Now, but Brother Hatim, my community ain't working for our community, because we got to remember, because what happens is when you erect these walls protect you and allow you to take care of all your areas of life, including your economics, your politics, your education. You know what I'm saying? These walls provide protection so that you have space and time to do all these things. But we got to remember the capacity we was brought over here in America. Even though we may act like we don't know about it or may have forgot about it, other people have not. You was brought over here as a block in somebody else's wall to provide them with more space and time, not to provide yourself with space and time. You were bought as a block to provide someone else with space and time. So in order for us to really start doing some of the things that we have to do, of course, it all starts with us changing our mind. See, and when I'm talking about a wall, I'm not talking necessarily about just the brick and mortar that a lot of people will automatically think about, or a fence that a lot of people will think about. These walls can be erected without any physical materials. It has been done. It's certain communities that you know that you go into and you belong to, and certain communities or certain places you go that you know you don't belong to. Why? Because there's walls erected. What we have to do is start getting our walls to start generating protection of our space and time so that we can do things that space and time provides. What do it provide? It provides you time to think. It provides you time to create. It provides you time to do business. It provides you time to learn. It provides you time to do some social connection and some networking. It gives you time. Please understand that when we go to our jobs, what we are selling is our space and time. And a lot of people just talk about the time, right? But you also sell your space. You give up your space so that you go into somebody else's space so that you can create more space and time for them. And in creating space and time for them, you give up your space and time, and they pay you a fee for your space and time. So when somebody give you $3, $4, $5 an hour, they're letting you know how much your space and time is worth. The question I have to ask you, how much is your space and time worth? How much is our space and time worth? We just give it away. Release it. Let it go. Family, we have a space and time issue. What do you mean, Brother Hot Tim? A lot of y'all don't have the space that you need, and almost all of you don't have the time that you need to really do what we call nation building and warrior training. See, now what is the role of the warrior? The warrior protects the wall. See, now in ancient societies, I want you to think about this. The worst thing that could happen to an ancient city was the collapse of the wall. If an enemy was attacking and the enemy found a weakness in the wall and caused the wall to fall, their whole civilization, their whole city state was destroyed. Our walls have fallen many times. Now, and the crazy part is that now we done got to a point where we done allowed the scholars to become the warriors that protect the wall. Let me say that again. We allow scholars to become the warriors that protect the wall. And they're good when it comes to the mental aspect of the wall. But when it comes to the physical and the economical and the other aspects of protecting that wall, see, because the warriors protect the wall, right? The nation builders are supposed to maintain, repair, heighten, and strengthen the wall. But I ain't gonna take up all our time with that. You know, we gonna talk a little bit about that. We got some stuff in the news that we can talk about as well. Let's see. Ladies love the red. Drink some red this morning. All mine is unfiltered. Drinking that ambrosia. That ambrosia. Yeah. Let's go on and toast for those that are new in the circle. If you have ancestors that you want listed, by all means, go on and post up their names. We will get them. Somebody on Gye-Nyame will get them. Get them to me, and we will add them, and they will be added to our daily toast list. Please be aware that when you add names, you know what I'm saying? Please be aware when you add names, you know, leave some space and time for some other of our family members, because we got many of them out there. They just don't know it yet. They just don't know it yet. They on their way. So, first off, getting honor to the creator by whatever name you choose, call that creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that creator. And we say, from their family, where do we go? We go to our list of our ancestors, and we raise up our glass high, and we salute those ancestors. Let's do it. Take my breath. Stretch a little bit, because my neck feel like I was sleeping like this. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher, and Gaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman, Normal X, Pet Meyer Rob, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, the Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling, and Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pauline, Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Patrick Crawley, Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lewis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Meldale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Will, Levita Farmer, Ango Sosu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Keechler Reese. Oh man, it's like once a week I get stumped on Kwame's ancestors. May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Vester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson, Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dealey Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Parrish, Pasiji Filani. I'm on page 2. I messed up on some of the names. William Walter West, Nigel Parrish, Elder Pasiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling. See. Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter. Okay, hold on. Delise Waters, Dupree Signs on this Bostic, and the Bostic, Winifred Scandalberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Either Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Russell Member Sr., Sarah Member Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Goshe, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hetty Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Brandon, Bradley Kim, Jenny Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Salome Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno, Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Ags Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Urchin Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bed Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Rami Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Jabez McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Kofer, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We also have in our black book, we have Joella Giles, we have James Carswell, we have Liberta Adams, we have Liberta Adams, lovingly known as our sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damien Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Grandma Zaconda, I'm Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sally Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jashandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al Lauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton. We got Fred Powers. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Great Ujima to you as well. Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Kareem Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Burgess, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette, Florence Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Reeson, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera and Reeves Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallop, Mama Moon, Jerry Johnson McCallop, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donna Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, Ira Branson, Eric Winston, Nation Builder Darren Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny, Charles Stephen Jr. I hope I got that right. I'm going to have to talk to, I know who that is, so I'm going to have to talk to him to find out if I'm saying that right. But family, we lift up our glass and we salute our ancestors. Man, it's a beautiful thing that we are able to get up in the morning and able to, you know what I'm saying, to do this on a daily basis and put it out for the world to see. And speaking of that, the world seeing, they're not seeing the right screen. Pow, let's get it right. All right, from there, family, where do we go? Y'all know where we go. We go to the present moment. We are in the moment right now. Erecting our wall. Right? Getting those warriors to help build that wall. Getting those nation builders to start designing those walls. You know what I'm saying? To allow easy entrance. Well, to allow entrance as well as easy exits. We're erecting our wall not to, in a sense, keep the world out, but to at least monitor what parts of the world gets in. We lifted up our glass to this moment, to the power of this moment. Family, right now is Ujima, and I want to give all of the Ujima babies a round of applause. Y'all deserve it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't be shy now. You deserve it. All right, family, for those that don't know or understand what I'm talking about, when we start talking about the days of the week and we start using terms like Ujima and all that, that's that Gye-Nyame talk. Them Gye-Nyame people are strange, right? Yeah, we strange because we decided to take something back. We decided to conquer, right? We decided to deal with the conflict of people like, you can't do that. But you know what we do? We do it over and over again, right? We take stuff that people say we can't do or that can't be done, and we do it over and over again, right? So we done conquered the week. Now Kwame talking about we need to conquer the months. Like, brother, you know, we got to heal from the battle of the week because we still ain't got enough. You know what I'm saying? We got some people getting it, but everybody ain't getting it, right? When we say that, when we start, especially in our circles, when we start using it, that's where the power is. Nobody will respect your shit more than you, nor should they. Let me say that again. Nobody will respect your shit more than you, nor should they, right? Especially when they could just walk in and walk over and walk right out. That's why you got to erect those walls. But anyway, we are in the present moment. And for those that's like, well, man, you know, y'all be, what's this y'all talking? I'm interested. Well, there you go. Boom. Free. Go to freegnjecourse.com, freegnjecourse.com. Check us out. Learn about Gye-Nyame. Learn about yourself. That's the most important thing. Learn about yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? All are welcome. Go and check it out. See what we're talking about. Also, for those that might be also interested, y'all can help and support us as we grow, because we definitely need the help right now. Because what's going on is, like I said, a lot of the people that were supporting us I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we're still reaching for at least 100 supporters, and we were at about 20. Now we probably down to about 15. We need your help, right? So we keep on doing what we're doing, so we can keep on growing and expanding. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a few more tricks up my sleeve as far as this Gye-Nyame. We already dropped the game. I got another game that I gotta get ready to upload. So we're gonna be uploading the game. We got 2 more books that came out. We possibly got some more books coming out soon as well. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some rewrites and some because I'm heavy on the digital format. Not all of our people are heavy on the digital, but I am heavy on the digital format because I understand the power of having very low overhead. I like books, but I don't have to have the books. You know what I'm saying? On the digital format, it's very little overhead, and people get something for what they give. You still provide them with value, right? Even if they don't open it, you still provide them with value. So you can also support Gye-Nyame Journey Media by purchasing some of our digital products. And once you go to Gye-Nyame.media support, you can see where some of that stuff is. Now, also, getting back to the present moment, I want to ask everyone to lift up your glass. Remember this moment. Also, if you would, activate your reticular formation. And I want you to seek out the principle of the day. What's the principle of the day, Brother Hatim? Once again, the principle of the day is Ujima. If you don't speak the language, Ujima simply means collective work and responsibility. That's all it means. And it's going on. You can see it all around. Yeah, you can see it. Right? When you see it, share it with somebody else. Share it with us on Gye-Nyame Journey so we know. All right? We got Ujima, for those who don't speak the language, means collective work and responsibility. Righteousness is the demonic principle. Respect is the M7. The color is blue, as you can see by my shirt. Vibration is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwaku. Female name is Akua. So, family, we want to raise our glass up to this moment, recognizing the power within it and using it to move forward as individuals and as a group in power. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, where do we go? This is a very simple journey. From the present moment, we move to our children's children, onto the future, onto infinity. Our children, our children's children, our children's children's children, onto infinity. We lift up our glass. We salute them for what they will do and what they will become in advance. We encourage them. We uplift them. We give them the information they need so that they can make the right choices for their life and for their people. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Oh, now I remember how I started thinking about a wall. How can I put it? Okay, I'll come back to it. All right, so we done did the future generations. Now we move to all of our relations. And with that, we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, where do we go? I'll tell you, it's very simple. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need right now in this moment to move towards your greatness? You. Because we can't move to our collective greatness if you don't move towards your individual greatness. Right? Now, it don't take all of us doing it. It only take a small group of us moving towards it in power. And it'll shake up the world. Shake up the world! Right? So, we lift up our glass and we salute whatever that is that you need. From there, we go to we did the selfish toast. From there, we go to our tribal toast. What is your tribe, family? What groups? What's your network? What's your crew? What's your team's name? Lift it up. Right. Because we got to remember that. Got to remember our teams, family. You got to remember where we come from. We got to remember what we're working for, right? Lift it up. What we building walls for? I say. Last but not least, family, I want to lift up my glass. And I want to salute the most magnificent, the most beautiful, the most entertaining, uplifting, wisest individual in the room. I lift up my glass to you. All right. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. Family, let me take this. Lady J came on the show last night. Blessed us. We ain't seen her in a while. She been busy doing her thing. But she did put out a request to the family. She needs fishing rods. She needs fishing rods. She's taking some of the young ladies and some of the Simpsons and some of the Simbas fishing. Because we got several different powerful things going on at once. Got powerful, committed people working on several different things at one time, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, once I start building it, it's bananas, family. It's bananas. Sometimes, like I said, I be sitting around and I be getting frustrated. But call lines are open. Let me make sure y'all know the black line is open if y'all want to have discussion. The black line is open. Make sure the black line is open, 614-556-4535. We can do our toast and talk right now. We got a couple of minutes before I got to rush up out of here. But I want to make sure y'all know that the lines are open, and I'm going to try to open them up on a daily basis so that we can start getting some other voices out here. Shouts out to Elder Margarita. I see you out there, right? Oh, she put a request into the family. I'm still working on it right now. But I'll be getting with you because I'm waiting for the response. I had to get one of the warriors because, like I said, a lot of the stuff that people be wanting me to do, I ain't really in contact, especially when it comes to young people. I ain't really in contact with the young people on that level. Y'all got me? Because I just need people to understand. I am 52, I think. I get confused about my age. I'm about 52, right? So I'm not running with the young people like I used to. It's young people. We, got young. This is what I mean when we talk about erecting walls, because it's even like, because, we all got to play our part. But one of the issues that we run into is that, like, our community, our tribe, our families are in such need that we have to do multiple things. And one of the things that we have to understand, we don't come from a multitasking history. We come from a history based on mastery. See, now, once again, if you don't have space and time, protected space and time, you have to become a master of all trades. Because you never know when you might need to pick up that sword. You never know when you might need to build a house. You never know when you might need to kill that turkey. You never know when you might need to make you or somebody in your family some shoes. What space and time allows individuals to do is to find where they are useful and apply themselves fully to that. This is how civilizations and cultures grow, right? This is how it grows. This is how we move to another level. Once you start establishing means in which you can provide your people with space and time, right? You can find all the nerds and keep them safe. Y'all, we need some new shit. We need a new way to kill people because this old way ain't working. Well, hey, I came out, I ain't playing around, made iron. Iron, what's that? Well, here, let me just give you some and you go test it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, we got a better, we came up with a better model for how to organize the streets. You know what I'm saying? In order for a civilization to grow, in order for people to grow, we have to have space and time. And we have been denied space and time. And you can see that whenever people start talking about black people, they get uncomfortable because you were not allowed to have your space and time. You were a provider of space and time for others. And people get uncomfortable when we start talking about erecting walls, or we start talking about like tangibles for us, or we start talking, wait, hold on. You can't, what you mean? Wait, you was brought over here as you a commodity. See, because this is when people ignore us, this is what they letting us know they think of us. You're a commodity. Your group does not deserve space and time. You deserve to be crowded up. See, I want y'all to listen to the line. Crowded up in certain areas. With intense poverty where you don't have time to think, and the only thing that you can do is go back to getting it how you live. If I'm living in crowded quarters, I'm not allowed to think, then how I live is chaotic and dangerous. But the same people that are exhibiting some of these behaviors, when you give them space and time, you can see them start to change. You know how I know? Because when we take people out to the woods and we are able to do it for extended amount of times, we start to see them change. But the saddest part is that in the last few days, when they know it's almost over, you can see them starting to get depressed and starting to get sad and wanting to get back. He said corralling like a herd of pigs, like a herd of wild pigs. Somebody bound, someone or something is bound to get hurt when you try to corral a herd of wild pigs. The only thing that you can really crowd up in a herd in the fashion that we see is happening to us is domesticated animals. Uh-oh. Black man and black woman, you have been domesticated. We need to take you out in the woods and let you become feral. You got to start getting your goddamn tusks back. You see? You just don't, because I want you to think about this. Animals even fight for space and time. Not domesticated animals. You crowd them motherfuckers up and just murder them, and they'll just wait. Just waiting patiently for my turn. Don't want to violate it. We all been there. Don't want to violate the rules. Just waiting patiently for my, Wonder what's going on in that room over there. We have been domesticated. When you domesticated, they take away your space and your time. Unless your space and your time serves them. The more valuable you become to them, the more space and the more time that they will provide you. Until you can no longer do it no more. And then they put you back with the group. So, call-in lines are open, 614-556-4535, 614-556-4535. I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes to try to get on. Like I said, family, those that want to understand a little bit more what I'm talking about, check out our free e-course, free gnjecourse.com. Also, let's go on over to our news scene. I feel like busting loose. I feel like busting loose. All right. Proverb of the day. This is the Africa Open to the Tree of Life. We will make this available to the public soon. We're still working on it. We got a few little kinks to work out. Like this one right here. Good grief. I know this is a long book, but it get hard sometimes. So, like I said, part of becoming Gye-Nyame, or even, regardless what it is, there is a process that you need to go through. And there's certain things that you need to explore within yourself, certain things you need to explore about the tribe that you're going in, that you need to be able to, in a sense, conversate about, have discussions around. So, we are on Chapter 1, Proverb 43, out of the African Openness to the Tree of Life. That's one of my all-time favorite books. This book was compiled by Ms. Terahasa Liam Chikanji. She threw this book together because Brother Atem was resting on his laurels. I said laurels. Good God Almighty. Anyway. But anyway. So the proverb for the day says, initiation teacher, perpetual initiation. So that's teaches. Initiation teaches, perpetual initiation, say the knowledge holders. Damn. Initiation teaches, perpetual initiation, say the knowledge holders. I'm going to let you go and think on that for a second. And then, from there, you'll go to the Nguza Saba Challenge. I don't have the flip book up here yet because I'm getting the stuff worked out. I haven't downloaded the other one. But for each day, you had a color. So on Emoji, we got purple. On Kuji Chagalia, we have indigo. On Ujima, which we have today, we got blue. So that's one of the ways you tell them. Plus, Ujima is in there. So you write out the thing. The folktale of the week would be the thirsty pigeon. You know what I'm saying? What insights did you receive from that, on this day? Because, you will read it every day. And I know, like, a lot of people, a lot of this is a lot of repetition. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You have to do the work. You have to do the work. If you want any progress, you have to do the work. And, like, what we're trying to do is lay a foundation so that you become symbol literate. You know what I'm saying? As well as other things. But one of the major pieces is being able to be symbol literate. So when you're talking to our people, you're able to use symbols in a way that empowers you. And when you're dealing with your group and you're dealing with your family, y'all can start using symbols to empower you rather than to disempower you. Right? But that's a process. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes longer for some people than other people. Right? So we know we use a lot of proverbs. We use a lot of folk tales and stuff like that. Lessons from this day. Man, yeah, he gonna go in and change that. So boom, boom, boom. We got other stuff popping off. Then also, when you get the book, you click on it and always be able to go check us out on our blog. As you see, the blog has a player in there as well. Oh, wow, it's right where we are. That's dope, right? But also, you go over to Fire Up Your Love for Food. Okay. The CIA. What? Okay. Got ads on it. Okay. But now at GNJ.media, as you can see, we also had a player. You can see the video. But over here on the right-hand side, you go and you can join. You know what I'm saying? Become a member, or at least get you join our social network, right? And it's just not for Gye-Nyame. You know what I'm saying? It's for all types of people and different tribes. If y'all want to form your own stuff up in there, you can. You have opportunity. The only thing I ask is that you post up an introduction video about who you are. And if you form a group, post up an introduction video about that so that other people can see it, ask questions, make comments so that we can start some real discussion going on right on our own social network. All right? So let's get to some news today. Let's check out our stocks, see how far we done, according to them, how far we done fell. People reached in the last 28 days. Let's just go to yesterday. Let's see what happened yesterday. All right. People reached 171 people. That's pretty good, fam. Post engagement, 76. They said it's down 32. All right, but hey, 32%, but hey, 76. That's pretty good. Page like 0. All right, so like the page, family. Get, help us get more people liking the page. All right. Opinion. I directed cuties. This is what you need to know about modern girlhood. Uh-oh. I think we got a book on the thing. Lady Warriors. Lady Warrior learns the way of values that we be advertising on our show every day. Every day. Right? LadyWarriors.com. LadyWarriors.com. I think that's the link. You understand what I'm saying? So, because I'm telling you right now, one of the most important parts of any culture, any nation is the woman. I hope y'all know that. I know y'all, I'm preaching to the choir. But there's ways that we can go on and improve and make things better for them. Right? All right. So, I won't read it, but you go and check it out. Louisville agrees to a $12 million payout and policing changes in agreement with family of Breonna Taylor. Okay. You check that out. D.C. legalized marijuana, but one thing didn't change. Almost everyone arrested on pot charges is black. God damn. You see? See why we got to erect our walls? You see why we got to erect our walls? Come on now. Call in line 614-556-4535. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to think about it. It's legalized, but they still arresting motherfuckers for it. What? All right, I'm going to leave it alone. Then on top of that, we ain't making no money. We ain't making no legal money from this thing here. All of the families that this done been used to tear family. How many families has this been used to tear the shreds? Right? They legalized it. Now, come on, fam. This is ridiculous. We still got people behind bars for this. And they done legalized it, and now we got, as Dame Dash would say, we got nerds running it. So they got a farm. Trump got a farm. Pro-Trump youth group enlists teens in secretive campaign likened to a troll farm. I didn't know you could grow trolls on farms. But, hey, you learn something new every day. You know what I'm saying? You learn something new every day. You could grow. How much is the Lady Warrior book? Let's see. It's been a while. Let's see, Lady Warrior.com. Oops. I guess it ain't LadyWarrior.com. I gotta remember what it is. Give me a second. I'll give you a price. Well, hell, all I gotta do is let's go to GNJmedia.support. GNJ Media. dot support. Take you to our Gumroad. And from there, I can look at other stuff. So here you go right here. This is the support page. Let's see. I don't want to log in. How do I get to the... Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Let's do that. All right. So here we go. Lady Warriors, we got it on here for $10 now. Warrior learns the way of values. I got to remember the... There you go, right there. Get it while the prices are low. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm doing an overhaul of all of the prices. Because what I'm starting to see is that we, in a sense, are bidding our way out of the market by being too low. By being too low. We sell our shit cheap. But go ahead, Rashid. What's going on?
Hotep this morning.
Peace, bro. What's going on?
Oh, shit. I woke up with something on my mind, and then you just mentioned a little piece of it. The sister, everybody's celebrating this $12 million payout for the Breonna Taylor thing down in, I guess, Kentucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody pointed something out to me that I had never paid attention to, and now I do. A lot of these settlements also come with a gag order. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely do.
The Trayvon Martin, as soon as they take the money, they stop talking about it.
Right. Welcome to America.
Michael Brown. I mean, it goes back to that you can only be as innocent as you can afford to be, right?
Right.
So these police departments can't afford to allow a full-scale investigation of their whole department. So it's easy just to pay somebody for the body of their child, you know?
Right. And
so
pay for the silence long enough for people to move on to the next. Because every police department know there's going to be another white boy out here that's going to do some dumb shit that's going to take the focus off of everything we did.
Yeah. Well, and in a lot of these cases, you know, they might have more than one lawsuit because just because it's not high profile doesn't mean people aren't suing these people.
Right. Right.
And for instance, you know, in L.A., you know, Los Angeles was the first place a white man ever called me a nigger to my face.
Stop playing.
Mm-hmm. Not down south, not in Ohio. A Los Angeles police officer was the first person to call me a nigger to my face.
In a disrespectful way.
Yeah, we wasn't kicking it, obviously. But then, you know, they used to advertise for the police department out there. All you need is a GED.
Right.
So.
And they used to recruit. They used to recruit from the South, man.
Right. Right. So, you know, just getting back to this whole. How can you tell a family not to take the money though? How can you say, hey, listen, man, the message is way more important? Is it, or is it just another dead child?
Now, the message is more important. But how do you once again get? I mean, you asked the key question. How do you tell a family not to take the money? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't have anything for them.
Right. And all they got is grief.
All they got is grief. All they got is grief.
And the reality of the situation is no amount of money is going to bring that child back.
None.
And so I guess when you're looking at that many zeros in your bank account, it makes it a little easier. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. It makes it a little easier to deal with your loss. I don't know. I find myself asking questions, and I try to put myself in those situations, even though I wouldn't want to be in that situation. I try to ask myself that situation. For instance, I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. I thought George Zimmerman was dead.
Oh no, George Zimmerman is out walking, talking shit, challenging motherfuckers to fights and shit.
Yeah, see, his daddy different than me. Trayvon Martin's daddy different than me. You ain't gonna keep running around here running your goddamn mouth. We're gonna have a problem.
See, but that's sort of like that's sort of almost like the discussion we had about the slavery and what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that shit you can't really predict until the shit actually happened to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go through the expense of finding this motherfucker, because they cast this boy out, right?
Cast who out, George?
Yeah.
What you mean when you say cast him out? I thought they embraced him. Who you saying? I don't get what you.
White
saying.
folks cast him out, man.
Was he white?
No, well. All right, let's just say Hispanic. I don't know what the hell he was. We
don't even know what he was. He was Hispanic. His last name is Zimmerman.
Right.
That's Jewish. That's Jewish. He looked Hispanic, right?
Yep.
So it probably was easy to cast him out because he was a mutt.
Oh, they ain't cast him out. They cast him out.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, cast him out. You mean cast him out? Yeah. Everywhere he went, speaking engagements.
Right.
People just start GoFundMes and giving it to him. And
so we talking about a father who probably ain't getting nothing. Probably just living on working and making sure that the house.
No. Put the brakes. Trayvon Martin and them mama took the cash too.
Okay, cool. So now now you took the cash. You gonna do a high profile murder? Anything that happened to George Zimmerman, they all met the first motherfucker they come to question is, guess who?
That's crazy. You can't even hire a good hitman no more.
No, they talk so quick. Matter of fact, they turn themselves in for the goddamn reward. Where's the honor?
You see what the boys did to that Juicy Smollett boy when he hired them to beat him up in Chicago? Talk about they had MAGA hats on and put a rope around his neck.
Right.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Hey, them motherfuckers told on his ass as soon as they got put.
Right. Motherfuckers wanted to be popular on Facebook and shit. I was like, you motherfuckers, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Brother Mama Margarita asks, what's Hispanic and what's Latinos?
Oh, okay. Latinos, well, from what I learned when I was in California, Latinos are assimilated, like second, third generation, or fourth generation Mexicans that were born here that have. Well, you do know. First of all, let's go back. Okay, you do know that we've been usurped as a minority. We're no longer a minority. Did you know that?
What are we?
We're just a group now. The Latinos passed us up.
You mean top minority? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
You fight to be at the
right.
You fight to be at
the top minority.
You want to be the top of the bottom and shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. So the Latinos passed us. They passed us up. They're the top minority now. And what they did was they integrated and assimilated and became judges and lawyers, prosecutors, right?
Right.
Now, Hispanic, Latino is a name. First of all, it's not a race, but for the most part, I found because I heard Mexicans talking about other Mexicans when I was in LA, and I was like, damn, that's your people. They're like, that's not my people. Look at his boots, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So they have separated themselves from the culture and assimilated to Western philosophy and decided to call themselves Latinos.
Ooh, I think you got that kind of backwards.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I mean, because there's a big debate. Mama Margarita's asking for a reason because you got to meet Mama Margarita. You know what I'm saying?
I know
because
she just jumped on me the other day. I put a post up on her Gye-Nyame. She's like, "Who is Kerry Jackson?"
See,
I hit her.
So
me,
and it's like and we do need to become clear about that because there are allies. We do have allies. We do have family out there. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But then you do have, like in most groups, unfortunately, you have unfortunately the ones that ain't usually working in the interests of everybody or the interests of are the ones at the top, just like with us. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy sometimes. Brother, we need to talk. She said, brother, we need to talk because she ain't like your definition. So you got to watch it. My Margarita going to get on you.
Ain't the phone line still open?
Huh?
Ain't the phone line still open?
Yeah, she ain't going to call in. I mean, she call in, but she's not going to call in. She can really educate you on she can educate all of us on this. Because this
I'm always open. I'm always open. Like I had years in the periods wrong, and I couldn't believe I said that on the station the other day. I'm always open to. I ain't never right about everything. What I was speaking on was my experiences, and I mean, shit. You sitting right there next to your computer. Look up definition of Latino.
I could. But I ain't gonna do that, homie. I'm gonna leave you out there swinging in the wind. Yeah!
Listen, clarifying the definition is not just for me. It's clarifying the definition for the listeners.
Okay, let's do that. Tomorrow. I'm just joking.
That's fine. Well, let's get back to taking this money and how much your child's life is worth.
Damn. When you put it like that, I'm gonna go look up Hispanic and Latino. Hold on. Brother Kwame said, I like to get one. Would also like for T to do a kind of recorded story time for our young ones. This might be Mama Margarita.
Awesome.
Hello?
It's Kwame.
What's up, Brother Kwame?
What's up?
Pitch in a little bit. So, well, brother, what you probably don't know yet, Brother Rashid, is that Mama Margarita is from, I believe it's Colombia. So she's from down in South America. And my background is in Spanish. Excuse me. So
okay. I just looked it up. Go ahead, brother.
When you talk about Latino, in some respects, it's almost like trying to get a grasp on Jew. And what I mean by that is Hispanic, at least from my studies, Hispanic tended to be more based in the conservative Spain.
Right.
In other words, what came out of under Philip and Isabella, the ones who were responsible for removing the Moors. Excuse me. Latino, on the other hand, even though it has some mooring, playing on that word, in Spain, in other words, Spain, but they say Latino because it's a Romance language.
Right.
And so they just take it back to the Latin from which the Romance languages come. However, a major distinction
Facebook. Now.
I'm sorry.
Posted in a staff study group, Columbus, Ohio.
Hold on one
Attachment.
second. Let me shut that mug up.
Get your white woman under control. I keep telling you.
So Latino, on the other hand, where it has moorings in Spain, but it's more so saying that, okay, you have Africans over here who speak a Latin-based language. And so when you look at the languages of, let's say, if you look at Spain proper and compare that Spanish to Mexico, you'll see that the relationship between the Spanish that comes from Spain and that what is in Mexico are a lot more similar than the Spanish spoken in Cuba, the Spanish spoken in, or the Latin, quote unquote, the Portuguese, if you will, comparing the Portuguese with what comes out of Portugal, the Portuguese that comes out of Brazil compared to that which comes out of Portugal.
Right.
You'll see that because of the African influences in those languages.
And the native.
Say that again?
And the indigenous peoples. It's,
yes.
It's kind of a mix.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Yes. But you'll see that those are referred to as being a lot more innovated because of those indigenous influences, whether they're indigenous African influences or indigenous so-called American influences on the Latin-based language. And so, and of course, in as much as you have that influence, there is some culture that comes out of Africa, which shows up in, let's say, Cuba or Puerto Rico, or for that matter, Brazil or South America,
or Mexico,
Central America,
and Mexico too.
Yeah, I mean, that can't be denied. That can't be denied.
Well, some of them try.
Cannot be denied. But no, I mean, of course. But again, remember the first. Well, I wouldn't expect you to know this, but San Martin de Porres was the first African bishop of Mexico. Not only was he the first African bishop, he was the first of the bishops of Mexico.
You know, I went to high school with him.
They didn't even know the brother was African because he was so light skinned.
Did I tell you I went to the high school with him?
San Martin.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you right there, Tim. I don't want to interrupt the brother, but you did with your frivolousness. Listen, I'm gonna stand on what I said. Because you know what? I just did a little research while the brother was talking, and this all goes back and it ties into just what I said about us being replaced as the top minority and all of this everything. I don't know how old Brother Kwame is, but Tim, do you remember when paperwork that you filled out had black on it instead of African American?
Yep.
These were identifiers, correct?
Right.
All right, cool. So the whole term Hispanic, from what I'm researching, the whole term Hispanic came about during the Nixon era, and it was the Hispanic. Hispanic was one of the options when you filled out paperwork. Hispanic is a broad term used to describe an ethnicity, and any race can actually identify as Hispanic if they want to. Unlike your face is your identifier when you black, right? You can't fill out an application and hit the white box and then pass that back to the people and expect them to call you back when you're sitting there with your black ass. However, when it's Hispanic, right? Well, damn, this is a broad spectrum right here. Brazil, where you from? Latin America, where you from? Spain, where you from? Mexico, where are you from? Okay, so they took all of that away from it and just said, hey, listen, it's a cultural identifier. What do you identify with? So I'm standing on what I said because I seen what they was doing, how they was moving, how they was organized, and how they was assimilating, and how they was distancing themselves, from their great grandparents. Like, hey, we don't wear the snakeskin boots, we don't wear the shit kicker boots and the jeans and the cowboy hats and all of that stuff. No. That was our people. That was our people 4 generations ago. We're over here trying to live the European life, and
he ain't said nothing that different from you.
So let me ask this though. So are you saying that the Latino is the one who tried to distance themselves?
I'm saying in my experiences and what I've seen with my own eyes and what they was identifying themselves as.
So he was in California,
right? See, a lot of times
the family that I deal with, they identify as Latino, and I mean,
but again,
our family, they're totally different from that. As a matter of fact, one of my elders told me, he said, why you calling me Hispanic? I ain't nobody's panic. I ain't Hispanic.
Was that like, what's the difference between black and Negro?
Mind state.
No, but again, see, so there was a point where you had a large group of one type of Latino going to New York, another kind, of course, the Cubans settling down in Florida. Then you had another kind, Mexicans who might go to Colorado. Another group of Mexicans who might go to California. And then you started having a large influx of Central Americans, Latinos. And one of the things that's being missed is that a lot of the later ones where they start really trying to shut up the borders and stuff, a lot of them had a lot of African blood in them.
Word.
And I'll end with this story. So there was a panel of Latinos on stage. And, they were all male, and they were speaking to some of the issues that Latino men were dealing with. And, you had a brother on stage who was speaking eloquently and stuff. Now they're talking English. And they started taking questions, and one white boy, Hispanic, raises his hand and says, I'm not sure why you're even on the panel. You don't represent us. And then the brother proceeded to lambaste him in Spanish.
Right.
In Spanish. And then in English said, now shut up, you racist motherfucker. Because it proves the point that within that Hispanic tradition, they even have issues amongst themselves with this colorism, thing.
Because I could define it very simply. Hispanic is white. I'm sorry. For me.
Oh,
but understand.
Now.
Well, listen, that's why I was trying to tell us you have to relate Hispanic back to Spain.
Right. I mean,
They're
because
the
Spain,
ones who are,
right.
Those are the ones who are conservative about Spanish practices in Spain.
So they basically white people that speak Spanish.
Yes.
Or individuals trying to be white people speaking Spanish, because Spain is part of Europe. Latinos are individuals that Spain went out and fucked up through colonization.
Well, no, see, one has to remember, one of the reasons why Spain damn near got kicked out of Europe, as well as Portugal for that matter, is because when the Moors came in, they occupied heavily Spain and Portugal. Heavy influence in those areas. Now, I say that to add, they influenced all of Europe, from Germany down through France, down through Spain, and you know the history on Italy. But the Moors were all throughout there. But my point being is that when Philip and Isabella were able to conquer the Moors and you know, more or less get them, well, let's just say reduce their influence.
Well, what the hell are you doing, man?
The conservatism that came over Spain during that period, and look, bro, one of the most reading I've done in Spanish has been about that period. And so I'm saying that when you get outside of Spain and people heavily identify with this Hispanic thing, and a lot more times you can watch and see and listen better than just saying, oh, he's Hispanic or he's Latino. And you know, and I tell, just to sum it up, you know, I have to go back to what you and Hatem were maybe having a little disagreement about, even though at the heart of it, I think you agree, and that is there's a mindset there that says, I'm going to identify as white as I can possibly be with the Spain of Ferdinand and Isabella, or I'm going to identify with the traditions that have come down through my great-great-grandmother, who was African. Now, I'm sure Mama Margarita would have a lot of enlightenment to add to this conversation, being that, you know, she's from South America and has a whole nother kind of insight that she can provide, you know, because, of course, I'm coming from a scholarly perspective on one hand. But, excuse me.
You know, because Ted Cruz is Hispanic.
But he's capitalizing off of the Cuban bent. But Ted Cruz is as Hispanic as they come.
Right.
Ted Cruz?
Yeah. No, not Ted Cruz, man. Ted Cruz.
The
politician.
The politician.
Oh, the politician dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just did a little research while we was talking, and it says George Zimmerman, born here in the United States, of Hispanic origin, father's German. They went to Catholic schools. He grew up in Catholic schools, and I don't even know where that Jewish last name came from. Everything sounds. You know, here's the part of it too. You know, a lot of people had the opportunity to be whatever they want, depending on how they arrived over here.
Right.
So, like I said, we had the physical identifier. The other day we were talking and somebody said, yeah, that's because you black. And I was like, am I? I can be whatever I want to be in 2020, right? If I'm a black man who identifies as white, that goes across the board, don't it? We got white people that's going on TV talking about they identify as black and part of black organizations. The sister, I forget her name. Oh, well, let's go all the way back. George Hoover. I mean, J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover was a man of color. Head of the FBI and using all of his power to destroy the Black Panthers. That didn't come out till later on. But my point being is this right here. Whether we was colored, Negro, black, African American, Afro American, you still could tell what we were by looking at us. And they mix in culture and race. They're mixing culture and race is what's going on. Because there's too many Spanish-speaking countries, there's too many Spanish-speaking cultures for us to just narrow it down to Latino and Hispanic. But what I do know is that the Hispanics have been identifying as white in recent years. That's what I do know.
All right.
I tell you what you're doing, getting the kids ready for school?
I'm getting ready for school. The kids going to stay here today. I got to get out of here. I want to thank y'all for the conversation. Mama Margarita says, we will learn together. She put, my hermano Kwame Unidos Venceromos. I think I said it.
You said we will win.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
Hold on, my brother. We are struggling about the crumbs that the dog is trying to give us. Or Cristobal Colon. So I guess when you're talking about Isabella and them, you know what I'm saying? I think that's connected with that. But, Rashid, you said you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more question. In studying the law, the origin of every law book is Latin.
Right. Not from now, the Latino name doesn't come from Spain. It comes from Rome. Because Spain was conquered by Rome ran all of that.
No, understand that again. I refer back to the linguistics of it is outside of my frame of thinking right now, but Latin was the mother tongue. Spanish, French, Italian,
right,
Portuguese, all of those came from the Latin-based language. Now, when they separate from each other, then, they get their own little flavors. And so, you get French.
Right.
You get another flavor, of course, right there in the area, and you have Italian. You go down a little bit from Spain, and you get Portuguese, and then you get over here to the Americas, and they have, especially with the African indigenous mix, and you get another spice put on top of that.
Right.
And so that's where the notion of Latino, that's what it's based in, is because they're all speaking a Latin-based language.
Right. And they needed an identity. There's a video that I might have posted up here, strangely, because I just watched it yesterday, about this very question. If not, I will post it up. But go ahead.
I would just say, I'll leave with this. Think of the irony of the beautiful woman of quote-unquote medieval Spain was La Morena. I repeat, La Morena, coming from Moor, It's a beautiful Moorish woman. Okay? Now, contrast that with Othello. Contrast that with Juan Latino, who was a black African poet of his time in Spain, medieval Spain. And the brother wanted to be so white he couldn't help himself.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you know, those were just some things. Look, bro, we're going to have to get Mama Margarita online so she could give some insight. Because, man, I'm telling y'all, Mama Margarita has some serious information. The woman speaks German. Or she taught, of course she speaks Spanish, but I mean, shoot, Mama Margarita got a few languages under her belt.
All I speak is jive.
Me too, my brother. Give me some skin on that.
Right on, Jack. Right on.
Stop playing, you jive turkey.
Jive turkey. Well, you know, jive turkey is actually a cultural and an age identifier in the black culture, because if a man calls you a jive turkey, you're probably about to get cut.
Jive turkey.
Anybody that call you jive turkey got a knife, probably a hook bill, and he not playing with you no more.
Yeah, that's when one of those dice games went bad.
Exactly. That's the bell. When you hear somebody say jive turkey, that's when you know somebody about to die. Exactly.
You two jive turkeys is taking it too far.
No. Listen, I get scared anytime I hear somebody talk like that, man. I start looking around for exits. Somebody calls somebody a jive turkey, I know it's going down.
Now I'm going to have to catch you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so you gonna shoot me?
Right. With that jive turkey mess that you coming at me with that drag, man. So, hey, listen, man, it's been a great discussion this morning. You know, I go back and listen to our shows, huh, Tim?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
My voice irritates me.
Mine too, but you know what? You got to do it. You got to critique. You got to critique it so you can make it better.
No,
my cat is destroying my couch, man. I just looked at my couch, man. I'm trying to keep him in the house. My girl's trying to kick him out. I try to tell her he serves a purpose, but this dude is destroying my couch, man.
Maybe it's something in the couch that you need to get out.
I give him catnip. He got his own scratch post over here. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Well, maybe y'all might need to sit on the scratch post to let him have the couch. Maybe that's his message.
And the crazy part is he don't do the whole couch. It's just one particular part of the couch that he likes to rip on. And he got
absolutely.
He got the little stuffing out of it. I can't let her see this. Oh my God. But anyway, it's that time, man. We got to get kids off to the
right.
tablet.
Let me go on.
All right, one line, bros.
All right, y'all take it easy. Peace.
Hold up.